Hi, I'm Noah Medford, and welcome to this edition of Rutherford County Magazine. Over the past few months, we have interviewed a number of local residents to show you new and exciting events and services here in Rutherford County. First, we will take a look at what the Rutherford County Emergency Medical Services are doing to take care of the critical patients. Then we will take a quick visit to our local farmers market on the square. Next, we will be informed about the new updated voting system at the Rutherford County Courthouse. And lastly, we will discover the dangers of texting and driving. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this edition of Rutherford County Magazine. Recently, the Rutherford County Emergency Medical Services added something new to take care of critical patients in need of emergency transport.
Yes, this is our critical care transport unit, and the original concept, the original reason that we got the critical care transport unit is we have multiple units throughout the county that are respond to 911 calls, and what we discovered is if we had critical patients that were brought to the local emergency department and it was beyond their capability of treatment, these patients eventually have to be transported, in most cases, to Nashville. Sometimes that would happen to where we would have multiple 911 units out of the county at a time, and so the original concept for the critical care transport unit was just for that, to be primarily for doing hospital transfers, interfacility transfers of critical patients, so that our 911 units could stay in the county and available for 911 calls. All of our ambulances in Rutherford County are all equipped exactly the same, with our critical care unit being the exception. It has all of the equipment that the others have, and then additionally we have a few other items. We have a Doppler for checking the absence of pulses, in particular fractures and so forth, and also for cardiac arrest and so forth if we need to go a step beyond just checking for a pulse. If we feel like they may have a pulse and we can't feel it, we can listen with a Doppler. We'll give you a little brief tour and show you around our critical care transport unit and some of the equipment in it. Over here is our cardiac heart monitor. Now obviously we've had those on our units for a very long time, but just one of the things that our new unit has here is a holder that actually the monitor attaches to, so that it doesn't fly or move around or fall during transport while we're transporting critical patients. We have additional equipment. We have trays that fit on top of the stretcher here that we can put our cardiac monitors and our ventilators and things like that on for the trip, for the transport. If we're on a 911 call, for example, and we have someone that has to be intubated, which is where we put a breathing tube down for them, all of our supplies for that is in here. But I'm sure you can see all of our stuffed animals in here. We transport several small children. Frequently we transport small children, and obviously a small child that's being cared for is scared and nervous. So we have all throughout the back of our ambulance here, we have stuffed animals. We carry a treat box where we give children toys and bubbles and things like that. So that's a big portion of what we do with our critical care transport unit. We're really fortunate. I've worked for Rutherford County almost 30 years, and we're really fortunate in that the county government and so forth have supported us, and we have really nice equipment, and they're really good about getting us some of the latest equipment. And in this case, having been here this long, I've seen what it's like to have several ambulances out of the county doing the critical transfers, and then now that and I mean, we've had this unit for several years, or this concept, but having it truly does make it easier in keeping some of the other 911 units still here in the county. But primarily just that is the support from the county and the support from the community. We get a lot of feedback from the community. We get a lot of feedback from people that we transport. We frequently go to Vanderbilt Children's Hospital, get a lot of feedback from that. We're getting some additional equipment Actually, I think it's supposed to be here tomorrow. We're getting some video equipment, some headphones and things like that, because frequently the children that we transport, they're really scared, and a lot of us have been using cell phones and things like that to play children's videos for them. So they're actually getting us a video system so that we can play movies for the children.
Good to know we are in safe hands with our local EMS. Now let's take a stroll to our local Saturday morning farmers market.
Yes, I'm sorry, I'm sold out.
On it. Goat cheese. Goat cheese and goat milk. Goat milk.
Hi, I'm Kathleen Herzog. I'm the director of Main Street, and here we are at, I guess, one of our most popular events on the square at the Main Street Saturday Market. We opened the market in 2010 with only 12 farmers. At the end of the season, all 57 spots were full, and so every season since then, we have 57 wonderful, wonderful Tennessee producers. This is a Tennessee farm-related products market only. We have eggs, honey, of course, fabulous produce, plants, herbs, and it's a happy place because everybody loves to come here.
I sell free-range eggs. They are not free, they are just free-range. I hate to say it, but it is 8:38, and I have sold 52 dozen eggs already this morning. I am sold out. They're wonderful eggs, yes.
We sell a lot of cheese, a lot of goat cheese. We sell goat milk. We make a drinkable yogurt. Make a variety of cheeses. We sell an awful lot of the Chev, which is soft, spreadable goat cheese. We also make feta. We make Gouda. And we make a little brie-like cheese that is very tasty.
We look forward to it every summer, and we've been doing it for 5 years now. So.
And of course, you know that the mission of Main Street Murfreesboro is to maintain, promote, and enhance historic downtown as the heart of the community. This is a way that we're living into our mission, because we want more and more and more people to discover our gorgeous downtown and fall in love with it.
What a great way to spend a Saturday morning. Now let's head into the courthouse and see how they are improving the way our commissioners vote.
My name is Brad Talley. I'm the Applications Manager for Rutherford County in the Office of Information Technology. The old voting system was purchased in 1997. The company doesn't exist anymore, and there are at least 30 points of failure, including all the cables and old boxes. There is no support anymore because that company doesn't exist. We looked at some ready-made systems. We thought that we could make something in-house that would be a little bit more stable and easier to support. We started off looking at iOS devices just because the commissioners now use iPads for their documents for all the meetings. So we settled on iPod Touches because they would use the same OS as their iPads, the same look and feel, and they're a fairly cheap device. We bought 3 iPod Touches first, just for testing purposes, and developed the website that runs on those and the application that runs the website. After that, we bought the remaining 21 and also 2 backup iPods. After we tested with the entire OIT department posing as the commissioners, we came in at the end of a commissioner meeting and tested with a few votes with the mayor and the commissioners, and took their feedback and kind of got some ideas for the future. After that, we actually had a kindergarten class from campus school here in Murfreesboro come in, and they had a few test votes with the mayor and their teachers. As far as the iPods go, they're basically a single app device that can only vote. The new commissioner voting system costs less than $10,000, and we wanted to aid in transparent government, so these voting results are actually live on the website during the meeting. These aren't the certified results, but they are live for what's going on at the moment.
What a great update to our local government. But now let's take a more serious turn and see how our school systems are educating their students about the dangers of texting and driving.
We work with Monroe Carroll Jr., Vanderbilt Children's Hospital, Allstate, and Ford Motor Company. They got a program, Be in the Zone, Turn Off Your Phone. So we're involved with that, and that's how all this came about. That we put it together and presented it to our local EMS director and SRO, and we wanted to kind of represent what texting and driving could be like in an accident. You know, it's different to see someone lecturing and see numbers, statistics, but to actually see someone injured or an accident, you know, it brings more emotion into it, I think. I think it needs to be reinforced. I mean, every year something needs to be done at each school. There's only 6 counties in the state. The highest 6 actually get to work with the program, and those 6 counties are picked because our numbers are so high in the state as far as casualties and teenage drivers. It's a major issue, and Rutherford County being the 4th worst in the state. You know, we lost 7 teenagers in 2012 because of texting and driving, so that's 7 too many in our book.
Several weeks ago, Siegel High School contacted me and asked me if I would be involved with their mock motor vehicle crash, and they had asked me about some suggestions that we might be able to do. And bringing the helicopter in, and Vanderbilt, who is one of the main sponsors, is a great reason to bring them in and show the kids what actually can happen when somebody is distracted driving and involved in a motor vehicle accident. We were very lucky to have the Murfreesboro Fire Department and Rescue come and work on the cars, along with Rutherford County EMS paramedics, who actually took this scene and made it into a real one with real patients and a real person that was dead on the scene, and actually made it lifelike for the students.
So we got together and kind of talked about the best way to, you know, pick the 8 students, and we made them turn in a resume, and we looked at the resumes and kind of picked them. We picked the best ones that we thought would represent the school and the program.
I was interested with the mock crash, got involved with Dr. Jordan and the paramedics, the officers, the fire department. It's very dangerous, and it could affect other people and the texter themselves.
When I was in my accident, it wasn't a texting and driving accident, but it was still an accident. And I'm involved in this because if I could stop someone else from having to endure something like that, why not, you know? And I feel like it'd be good to help save some lives, because it's an easy thing that someone can just say no to. No matter where you go, there's always gonna be that stubborn person that's like, you know what, this is not gonna happen to me, I'm better than that. But, you know, it's those people that cause accidents, and it's everywhere. I would like for all of our students to think back to this when they hear their phone, like a notification sound go off. I'd like them to think that I don't want that to happen to me, and I want all of our school, not just our juniors and seniors, but our whole entire school, to realize the importance of not texting and driving.
Tennessee is one of the highest states in the United States with deaths due to texting and driving or any distracted driving. So we're trying to come out there and teach students how important it is not to text or drive, not to be on your phone and drive, not to try to eat and drive, put your makeup on and drive, because it only just takes a few seconds with your eyes off of the road for a collision to happen. The Rutherford County citizens are very lucky to have all of these specialized rescue personnel and paramedics, Sheriff's Department and Murfreesboro Police Department in our county, because we're all trained very well and we can respond and we can help people out.
You know, if you're a parent, you definitely need to talk to your kids about texting and driving. Make sure you make it an issue and maybe make a pledge with them, because looking at our numbers, we do 2 observations. We've done 2 observations so far, and that's the students standing at the entrance of the school 2 different days, and they would check if the parent or the teenager is on the phone or using it in some way. And we've seen a big drop in parent usage, but the students are still the same. And you know, we have to, or sometimes we forget that the students look up to us, our children look up to us as role models, so we need to set a good example for them.
Texting and standing is okay. Texting and driving, not so much. Well, that wraps it up here for this edition of Rutherford County Magazine. I would like to thank everyone who took part in this edition, and I would also like to thank you, the viewer, for tuning in and joining us. If you would like to know more information about the Rutherford County government, please visit us at www.rutherfordcountyn.gov. Again, thanks for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next time here at Rutherford County Magazine. Keep smiling and have a great day.